title of the course, and some of you must have seen rather contents of the syllabus available online on our website. So what do you think? What exactly this course should address? What is your idea about this course? What do you think about this course? What we are going to learn in this course? Can somebody point out it? Hmm? Okay, how many of you have a laptop? Yeah. Tushar, please go on.
System program.
Okay, system programming. Okay, good. Other than that, Dia?
Hello.
Yeah, go on.
Yes, sir, system programming only.
Only. Okay, so when you say system programming, what exactly you mean by system programming? So do you think you are going to work with writing programs which would be useful for systems, or you are going to learn something more than that, like than writing the programs? Because if you have skills of writing programs, then somebody is not required to teach you how exactly the system program should be implemented. Correct. But the thing over here is, like, whenever we are dealing with such kind of course, ultimately the idea is to tell you or to show you how internally the things work. Now, when I say how internally the things work, I definitely mean by to show you other side or other part of the whole process. Okay, about the system. Generally, like when we do deal with, say, any program. So our habit of writing programs was like, if I ask you which programming language you are good with. So no matter, like, I am assuming at least you must have written 40 to 50 programs using that programming language. What programming language or which programming language do you think you are comfortable with? How many of you are comfortable with C? You can raise your hands. Okay, so 4, 6, 8. Okay, good. So I can see good count rather in respect of C language. How many of you are comfortable with languages other than C in general? Now, like, think of, like, you are sitting in a class and then you are asked by your teacher. Okay, so, and like the thing that is asked by the teacher is like, write a program. Now what is your habit when user or when your teacher or your trainer says write a program? What exactly you did? And you know that you have to write C program. What would be your habit? You definitely start writing main. Okay, then I guarantee your variables would be ijk, which would be definitely of the type integer. Am I right? Am I right, Hitesh? Ijk always are your integers.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Why you take ijk to be integers only? Why not? How many times you have written char ijk, char I, char j, char k? You will realize, like,
None of
while none of the time, because you had a god called Yashwant Kanetkar. Correct? When I say you, I mean to say any student who did C programming, because the first book generally referred by the students in their student life is, let us see, by Yashwant Kanetkar. Now you must have seen with respect to this particular book. It is one of the easiest book that will tell you how to learn or how to write programs using C. Okay, now if you pick any programming language book other than the Indian authors, you will realize that the language used to describe the concepts is very hard, and that's the reason why we do prefer always almost every time. Let us see kind of book. Now, to learn a language, we are dealing with the language, correct? But even like if some person is there who is not comfortable with English also, now what will happen in his or her case? Because I have seen some students who used to get admitted to our courses from different other countries. They always used to face problems if their language, main language that they used to speak in their own country, is not English. Now, in such situations, it would be very difficult to really cope up with the language. Even like most of you, I assume most of you probably from very small villages. Okay, when I say very small villages, I mean by like definitely like population less than 1,000, and you may be only one of the person who is learning probably in higher studies rather, and you must be the first one from your family. Sometimes it would be possible. It could be possible. And then you think of if you start talking in English, ultimately, if no one can understand, then it's okay. If everybody understands, then there are problems. Then they will try to find out what are the lacunas with respect to language that you are using to speak for. What different mistakes you make in describing what you wanted to tell, what you wanted to say. No one is perfect in either of the language. Depending upon how exactly you use it, the mechanism changes. Now, when I say how you exactly use it, problems might be different. On what front you are going to use that language, again, can be a challenging task in respect of usage of the language. Correct. Moreover, if we know all constructs of the language, then it is good. If you don't know the constructs, it is again difficult. Now, those who must have started making use of mobiles, recall or think of like while you are using WhatsApp, your language that you use to type in is a mixed language. It is not the proper language construct that you use to really speak for, or that you really use to communicate with others. Now, even if there is no grammatical assumptions made, we can understand what exactly the other person is trying to tell. So generally we use a terminology called bhavnao ko samjho. Correct? Now think of even, let us go furthermore. If I utter some words like मुझे आज घर जाना है जल्दी. Correct? Now do you think this is a valid Hindi statement? What are the things that I wanted to communicate to you must have reached towards your end. Correct? मुझे आज घर जाना है जल्दी. Correct? Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Now when we go further, like if you try to analyze it syntactically, if you try to find out whether it is syntactically correct or not, it may or it may not be. But if I start singing this line only, then you will realize you never try to find out syntax into the words which I sung as in a song. You never worry about syntax while I start singing. You never really try to find out syntax. Like if you try to recall either of the songs that you might have heard till date, how many times do you see that you have verified syntax of that, the words which are used in the statements used in the song? We never. Similarly, like when I try to learn programming language, how many times I have seen that when I say I am in any individual, I have seen that I have used every construct provided or supported by the language. Now, there is a famous statement made by this particular uh, author called Yashwant Kanetkar. He said in one of the seminar, I see C in C. How will you write this? Can you comment? Can you write in comment box? The statement I made right now is like by him. I'm saying I see C in C. How will you write this? Okay, let us see how what if you can type it. Okay, in your comment window, try to write it. I see C in C. Start typing in comment window and let me know like how you understood this statement. Okay, I see C in C. Good. Hitesh gave us some input. Any other input? I see C in C. Okay. Okay. See. Okay. Arya gave I see C in C. Okay. I see C in C. Okay. Good. Okay. Any other input? Now let me write this. Yes, I think Kranti wrote it what I was expecting. I see C in C. See, like I cannot say I'm comfortable or I'm good in C language. I cannot because I never have used, though I'm working with C programming language since 1992. But I still cannot see I know C very well. It is because of the way that Shweta and Kranti wrote. I see C in C. But okay, like most of you said that you are comfortable with C. What is outcome of or what is outcome of C program except input? What you expect your compiler to do? What you expect your compiler should do for you when you give your C program as an input to the compiler? What is the outcome of that compilation process? Yes, please. What is the outcome of compilation process? Amol? What is outcome or what is when you say what is output of compilation process according to you? Anybody can answer if you know.
Whatever the input is given depend on it, sir.
But what you expect your compilation
Sir,
process
in
to
the
do?
compilation process, it checks the semantics and the type if there is any type errors or the declaration syntax errors.
Okay, okay,
And according to that, if there is any errors, it will show the respective errors in the compiler section,
okay,
or else it will give the output.
okay. Let me go beyond. Now my program doesn't contain any error. Now what is the outcome of my compilation process? Yes, Kranti. What I said now. Now I'm going beyond some point. Now I'm saying that there is no error right now in the whole process. Now what would be outcome of compilation process now in this case?
Sir, it will create executable.
Yeah. Yes, yes, please go on one by one. Yeah. Tushar?
Sir, it will create a.out file.
Okay, good. Yes, Kranti, you were saying something.
Execution of our code.
Sorry, Prasad, you were saying something.
Execution of our code.
Execution of our code. Okay, go on. Shweta? Shweta, any input? Jay? Arya? Hitesh? So each one of you think it will create, like in some sense, an executable. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but okay, now some of you said, like when I started, what exactly you think I'm going to teach you in this course? So you said you are going to teach us system programming. What are the different system programs, by the way? Can somebody tell me what are the different system programs available in a particular programming, in a language, or sorry, in an operating system? Hmm?
Operating systems.
One is operating system. It is a system program. Okay. Other than that, what are the other system programs available in, say, for example, Windows? Okay, let me move further. Can I say a compiler is one of the system program?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let us go beyond. Can I say an assembler is a system program?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Can I say an editor is a system program?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So most of you are assuming like I am too intelligent because you are saying yes to everything what I am saying. Okay, let me go beyond again. Can I say a linker to be a system program? Okay, now question seems to be what is linker? Good. Can I say a loader is a system program? Can I say a device driver is a system program? Like all these examples that I'm giving right now, almost each one of them is a system program. And each one is having its own role to play into the system. Almost everything would be present in some form with the operating system, no matter which operating system you are having. Now we are going beyond these system programs and we are saying there could be possibility of having a virtual environment for execution. Now when you said, when I said like what is outcome or what is output of C compilation process, each one of you said what? An executable. Okay, what is outcome of Java compilation? What is outcome of a Java compilation? When you take a Java program as an input, I hope some of you must have did Java in your bachelor's. Correct? What is the outcome of Java compilation process? You can lower down by your hands, by the way. Those who are raised bytecode. See, now when I asked this, Arya said bytecode. Then why haven't you talked about C compiler, something like that?
C compiler will generate machine code.
So Prerna added something more. Machine code. What is difference between machine code and bytecode now?
Bytecode would be a platform neutral thing.
Platform neutral. Okay. Okay. And what machine language is?
0 and 1s.
But then when I have to speak in terms of zeros and ones, can I not say that every computer or every computing device, no matter which platform it is, deals with zeros and ones because it is game of electric signals. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Then
sir.
now let us try to differentiate again. What is difference between bytecode and machine code? So I want to like find out exact difference. Do they have some difference? Now before a while I uttered a statement and said if I use these words as sing them the words as a song, meaning changes. Correct? I will not try to find syntax. I will try to find magic. Magic of words, how exactly the words are used to describe the emotions. Correct? Okay, let us try to again go further. Can somebody tell me what is difference between machine language and bytecode? Why the person who said outcome of C language is executable and outcome of Java language in terms of I mean to say compilation process is a bytecode? Why haven't we thought about that C also will give us something similar to what we call as bytecode? Yes, probably it may be platform dependent. Hmm? Rather, let me clear one fact. The outcome of C compiler actually originally when Dennis Ritchie came up with a C compiler or still today, outcome of C compiler is not an executable code. Outcome of C compiler is an assembly code. Now, when I say an assembly code, it doesn't mean that there are no processes there. Like when I think Tushar said outcome of C compilation process is an executable. Like think of this. Now you are at one stage where your C program is, and you are at last stage when your outcome executable is a dot out. Between them, what are the different processes involved? Like see, whenever I am speaking something like these words from through this lecture, I assume you might be trying to adjust, digest each and every word that I'm speaking. And if you miss some words, probably you will try to see the recorded session available there, which would be made available later. Correct? And then you will try to analyze. Okay, have I understood whatever Nitin Patil was trying to tell? And then you will finally come up with yes, whatever he was trying to tell, I could understand it too specifically. Correct? So, like if I say now when I said whatever I'm speaking, you are understanding it. Assumption. If you don't understand, what would be your action? Will you probably you will raise hand and you will ask, okay, sir, can you please repeat? Am I right? Now, when you say that, you are asking me to repeat this. Correct? Sometimes I may have to repeat that thing multiple number of times. One time, two time, three time, four time. So each and every time that I'm revisiting this in system programming, it is called as pass. A pass. How many times you visited the source information. So in our this systems language, we do call how many times you are going to revisit the original program. And nearly more than 85 passes are there when your C code gets translated to an assembly code. And when we learn, probably like most of you did probably a systems programming course in their bachelor's, you must have seen that you were told the number of passes that a compilation takes is. I'm expecting an answer from you. How many passes does a compilation process takes in standard books, whatever was taught to you? 1, 2, 3. Yes, Tushar?
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
is it two?
Okay, 2. Which are they? Let me ask this to get clarity. Which are they, Kanti?
So loaders and linkers.
No, they are the system programs. They don't have any role to play in the process. So you must have heard something called as analysis phase, synthesis phase, syntax phase, analysis pass, syntax pass. Correct. So like when we are speaking, now think of this. I assume you must have played with a kid, very small kid who cannot speak. Like if you are a mother, then you definitely can understand no matter whether the words are used or not. Even like even if you are elder one right now, if you want to convey something, you always approach. If a boy is there to mother, then if a girl is there, then to father. Right? This is general rule, thumb rule used in most of the families. Now, even if you are not speaking anything, the translator realizes what exactly you want to ask. So if you are standing in front of your mother, okay, then your mother will definitely ask, okay, do you want to say something? Do you want to ask something? Correct. Even if you don't say that, I want to ask something. Same thing probably may be true with respect to a kid. When a kid is trying to convey the emotion, whether a kid is hungry or not, whether kid is having some pain, correct? There is no language used there, but still the translation is done. So there is, again, that's what I said before a while. There's a magic, and you don't try to see the logic there. Correct. So like when I said that there are more than 83 passes used by your compilation process, my target is not to teach you all those, because I'm not going to concentrate only on one. Rather, I'm going to show you, like using one system program, what exactly is happening. Like if you don't have a compiler, let us say Dia doesn't have a machine with her, neither a laptop nor a desktop, and then she want to translate a code. Can she do this by hand without really using any standard system program? My target would be to teach you that part. Okay, for this purpose, I'm going to make use of like this Intel i 32-bit manual. Okay, I have added the link here, so probably you can visit that link and download this PDF. And number of pages, remember there are 2198. Though we are not going to make use of all of them rather, but most of the pages would be used by us. Secondly, I am going to show you this bin utils. This is a document available, and I am going to show you like how exactly this bin utils would be useful. I'm not going to teach again each and every of these, but yes, definitely few of them would be taught to you. With respect to your internal evaluations, we'll be having 2 to 3 internal exams. Okay, 2 to 3 internal exams. Total contribution of those exams would be 25 marks into your internal 50 marks. Okay, there would be 3 to 5 assignments contributing towards 20 marks, and there would be classwork available too, which will be of 5 marks. Now, this book, which I have added here, you can search on internet. You can definitely get PDF copies of both of these. So if you are a book collector, like if you like to have some books in your own library, then I always will prefer to have this book with in my library, Linkers and Loaders by John Levin. One of the best book that you can have into your library. Okay, along with me, this course would be taught by one of our alumni from our department, Abhijit. Fine. So Abhijit Mane is in industry. He was from 2007 batch. So he completed nearly in 2009-10. And then he was working with us as a teaching associate. Then he joined industry, and almost every course that I take, I use him as one of my co-colleague rather to teach, or co-teacher to teach some of the topics in my course. Fine. So in next lecture, I will try to show you, or I will try to teach you few of the internals of what you call as C program. So I expect each one of you to have a desktop or a laptop. Like if you are if you are in department, probably hopefully soon. So you can make use of department laboratory at that time. Okay, any questions? Till now? Any questions, please?